Today we started our speech by acknowledging the fact that China has become the biggest polluter in the world. We have acknowledged the fact that 650,000 people die every year of polluted air, though it can be also contributed to smoking and other factors, but we still believe pollution plays a very big role in that. There is huge pressure in China from the global community because they're the biggest polluter. And considering all this, China reacts. And they adopt this very ambitious plan, huge investments, investments that can be compared to investments of any other country, to improve the wealth of their nation, to improve their standing in the global community, and to reduce their CO2 emissions. As a result, so many nations around the world, so many countries immediately started panicking about losing their competitive position. They started saying that China is merely doing this to promote their exports. Everybody's afraid of that because China does have an advantage of economies of scale. Keys to success of China in their ambitious project is because they're doing this fast and efficient. If we just come back for a second to this picture, what we see here, this is this solar valley. And this is the first Chinese offshore wind panel village, so-called. This one was introduced this July. Only a few months, a few years of planning and discussions, and it's already built and it's performing. Whereas in the United States, there's been a decade of legal tangling, and not a single offshore wind panel has been installed so far in any of the offshore territories of the United States. Right now, if we think about our motive should be to unite and to save the planet. Each country wants to pursue their economic wealth, but there is a more important goal than that. The 450 scenario that we mentioned in our presentation puts a lot of pressure on all of the countries, and it wants all of them to contribute a lot of effort in achieving these goals. All of them have to reduce their CO2 emissions. So far, China right now is being the most effective and the fastest one. I would only like to say a little bit, when we hear criticism that it's about growing exports, what do you think motivates the country to say that? If the United States are afraid that they will lose their export position, what are they actually afraid to lose? They're not afraid that China will become so much cleaner that the United States will become so much more polluted. No, they're afraid to lose their wealth. They're thinking about wealth over environment, whereas Chinese investments into renewable energy are about environment rather than just wealth. I would like to illustrate this by showing you just one citation. It comes from 2010, and this is what the President Barack Obama stated at the State of the Union. And he said the following: we have to invest into renewable energy. If you still have doubt in the evidence that I presented, providing incentives for energy efficiency and clean energy are the right thing to do for our future. And why? Because the nation that leads the clean energy economy will be the nation that leads the global energy economy. And he proudly constitutes that America must be that nation. Well, a year from that time, it's China that's that nation. And that's where the statement comes that China cares about their exports rather than their environment. This is all manipulation, because every country would like to be on their place and increase their wealth due to implementing green technologies.
Thank you.
Well, an excellent first debate. I think we should give another.